What's good, everybody? So, I had a chance to check out the movie Air. And before I go into my details, why, let me just say this. I love this film. I love this film. This was a good movie. And I'm going to give you three reasons why I love this film. Number one, the writing. The writing was really good in this film. This was a good, um, interesting, motivational story, what I got from this. And the reason why I say it's a motivational story because this is a underdog film. And we know how when they do sports stories about the underdog, we all love those films because we can relate to what that person is going to and you want that person to be victorious. This is what that film was. And the reason what made this made the writing good too because it was surrounding a topic that had been out there for years, not just in the sports world but just in the world in general period, because people wanted to know, even people in the sports world wanted to know, how was Nike at the time, their basketball division was not doing good, how was they able to lure Michael Jordan to their company over companies like Adidas and Converse, who was dominating the basketball market. And people was like, okay, for years, how did they lure Michael there? It was always rumors they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that. Well, this film answered those questions. And also, it also gave us some information about some things that we didn't know. But overall, the writing was good. The second thing, the actors. All the actors in this story did such a great job. There was no actor in this story that I say or that I saw that did not deliver. From Ben Affleck to Matt Damon to Chris Tucker to Marlon Wayans to Jason Bateman, everybody in this film did such a great job. Hands down. Salute to them. The third thing that I liked about this film was the way it was shot, the cinematography, the way that they put it together. It took you back to the whole 80s. You know, when they showed things like the commercials and the food and all these other things, you felt like you went in a time machine. You went in that Back to the Future Mandalorian back to the 80s. And you just sat there and you was just watching it in the theater. Because even with me, I was watching in the theater when they showed some things. You sit there and laugh like, wow, damn, like I haven't seen that in a long time, haven't seen that in a long time, haven't heard about that in a while. So that the way it shot it was really good, you know. Um Now this is not a film that it's not going to be like, no, it's going to win no Oscars or no Academy Awards or anything like that, but this is a really good film. The story was good. And if you're looking for a good, interesting story, a good sports underdog story, then this would definitely satisfy that for you. Also Ben Affleck, he directed this film. He did a good job in directing. Whenever you have Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, when they get together to do a project, they always do a good job. From Goodwill Hunting to now to this. So whenever they teaming up to do something, whether they're acting, directing, or producing, they're going to make sure that everything is on point with their project. And that's how it should be. Because when you got two people that's working together and they on the same page and they get all the other actors can be on the same page, you come out with a great project. And I just wish that more films and studios would be on that page instead of just focusing on the money, because the money will come. But if you focus on putting together a good story and bringing the right team together, because I always say that the writing has to be good before you start casting and trying to get people to fill slots and fill roles. You got to make sure that your script was on point, because if your script is not on point, then everything else falls apart. And for Air, this was one of those films. This is one of those, as I said, underdog sports stories that it gives you those moments where you're rooting. It gives you those moments where you're feeling bad. It gives you those moments when you it's kind of like a tear jerker in there as well. But overall, this is a good film. You know, Amazon, they did a great job with this film. So if you guys don't get a chance to get to the theater, make sure you check it out on Amazon. But I say go to the theater, check this out. You won't be disappointed. So on my temperature scale of low, medium, high, I'm going to give Air a high. So check this out. Also, if you want to go by yourself, but also this is a good date night film. This is a good date night film. You won't be disappointed. So you guys let me know how you feel about this. If you haven't seen Air, if you're going to go check out Air, or if you have seen it, let me know your thoughts and comments about it. And until then, stay tuned.